So I want to start out by saying that the video is quite long. It's a story of kind of how I arrived at creating this, I think what is the best phone mounting system, and kind of my thought process on how to get there. If you do want to just see the mount and move on, just skip to the end of the video, because the middle part of it is me kind of sitting here and sitting in my truck talking about the process of how I came to this idea, to potentially help you avoid some of the same mistakes, because I probably spent a little too much money developing this, buying all the different mounts and trying different things. But yeah, there it is. And the beginning of the video, when I'm talking in my truck, I have the air on for probably 5 seconds. I do turn it down. So if that bothers you, just wait a little bit and I shut it off. Thanks. Enjoy. So I want to share the story with you on how I developed, let me turn my air down, on how I developed the best and ultimate phone mounting system in a vehicle. It was a lot of trial and error. I tried a lot of different solutions. Yeah, and I think I've discovered the best one. I'll show you how I made it at the end. We'll go through the steps and link all the products that I bought below, so you can build one yourself, because I haven't found anything like this on the internet. Oh no, there was somebody in a ditch. I wonder if they're okay. It's really snowy out right now, and I'm filming this while driving, which is probably not a good idea, but either way. So it all started, I bought a new truck. It was a 2022 Toyota Tacoma. I used a lot for work. To say a lot is an understatement. I have 7,243 miles, and I bought the car 2 to 3 months ago. It's February now, and I bought it in November, so I'm putting almost 2,000 miles a month on this thing. So I wanted a really good phone system to go in the vehicle, as I'm a salesman, and I need to use my phone a lot. I drive a lot, I travel a lot, and it's kind of got to be seamless. So one of the stipulations that I had was I didn't want it to block any vents. I live in upstate New York. You got to have access to your vents, all of them. You can't be blocking vents. You know, what if you need to defrost your window, or what if you need to, you know, dry your feet? I'm not saying that people mount their phone by their feet, but I'm just saying I want all the vents clear. The other thing is I don't want it in my window. This Tacoma, it's got a lot of visibility, but the window space is kind of small compared to my last vehicle, which was a Subaru Forester. That thing had like giant bay window. This is a little bit smaller. I don't want it in the window. And the last is I don't want it to block any of the functionality of the radio. I don't want it to block the climate controls. So I was left with one option, and that is to install a rail, a T-mounted rail system, which I actually bought on Tacoma Beast. I'll link it. It was actually really easy to install. A lot of people might be turned off by this option because it requires drilling into your dash. I'm gonna keep this vehicle for a really long time, and when I sell the vehicle, I'm not gonna remove this. It's gonna go with the vehicle. I'll just buy a different mounting system for my next vehicle, and I'm sure the next owner would actually appreciate this rail mounted system, because you can do a lot with it. You can put GoPros on it, you can put tablets and all sorts of stuff. So it wasn't really a concern of mine. So that was the first step, was I installed the rail mounted system above the radio, and it actually, I really like it. Right now I'm using a lot of RAM components to mount my phone, and I started with, so to pick up where I left off, and I apologize for the vertical video. So the first phone mount that I tried through RAM, because RAM was so highly rated on the internet, was the X grip mount. It's you squeeze and then you put your phone in. I didn't like that mount for a lot of reasons. The main one was that when the little arms that squeeze the phone on the sides of it, they would frequently hit the power button or the volume buttons. That was gripe number one. Gripe number two It was difficult if you wanted to take your phone and put it from portrait to landscape. That was difficult as well. You had to adjust the RAM kind of knobs and turn it. And number three, it was two-handed. You had to use two hands to put your phone in. I want to just kind of go and put my phone up there and be done with it. And it didn't charge your phone either. You had to use a cord, to plug in as well. So it was a lengthy process. Every time you take your phone out and put it in and take it out, and you got to unplug and plug in, and I didn't like it. So I figured I'd try the upgraded version of the RAM mount. So the second mount I went with was I would call it the better version. I don't know what it's called. I'll link it. I'll put up a couple pictures on the screen. It suffered from a lot of the same problems, and I don't know why I didn't see this coming. It suffered from a lot of the same problems that the X Grip did. It was difficult to kind of turn from portrait to landscape. It didn't hit the buttons on the side because it grabbed the phone from the top and the bottom, but you couldn't rotate it quickly. It took two hands to get in and out. You had to hold the RAM and pull down, because otherwise sometimes it required so much force that it would, it really moved it. So wasn't a fan of that one at all. So after the two RAM mounts and some other mounts that were vent mounted right out of the get-go, I realized I wanted something that was magnetic. I wanted to be able to just one-handed stick my phone up and it magnetically attaches. So I looked. RAM had a Magsafe adapter for the RAM mounts, and I was like, oh, that's great. I have an iPhone 12. I can Magsafe my phone up there. It's actually a 12 Pro Max, so it's the big version of it, the iPhone. So I ordered the adapter, it came in, and I set up Magsafe, and I thought I was going to be done. And I put my phone up there. It's a combination of, and it didn't work out. It's a combination of a few things. One, the Magsafe magnets are extremely weak. They are meant for charging. I wouldn't say holding an iPhone up. Maybe if you have the smaller iPhone, they would work good, but the 12 Pro Max, no, especially with maybe a case on it as well. The other problem, I work for a lumber company, and we're situated in a stone quarry. So the roads to get in and out of the stone quarry are basically seasonal roads. So they're not great. And I do a lot of business with other industrial companies, and just living in New York in general. The roads in New York are absolutely terrible. When it snows here, the ice freezes, potholes are made. If you're from the South, the roads here are impossible to fix. So the government decides not to do it. Kind of got me thinking, I'm like, man, I really need a stronger magnet. Why isn't MagSafe stronger? Like, this is kind of lame. But then I remembered there's a company called Magback. And Magback is the inventors of MagSafe. Apple stole the idea from them and made it worse, to be honest with you. Magback, basically that company's been around for like, I think I heard like 10 years or 8 years or something like that. So they've been around for quite a while. They basically came up with the first magnetic, you can attach a wallet, you can attach accessories. They had a wireless charger that magnetically aligned, and it was actually quite good. Well before Apple's MagSafe. And the beautiful thing about Magback is that their magnets are a lot stronger than the MagSafe. Like, MagSafe, you can't take your phone and stick it on a car door or on a piece of gym equipment or on your toolbox or anywhere. With the Magback, you can. It's really, really strong. So I was looking at their website, and I see that they have this MagBridge adapter. It's basically a little piece that goes on your MagSafe puck, and then it allows your Magback stronger magnet to really kind of hold the iPhone to the weak MagSafe puck. Because the MagSafe puck really isn't doing anything. It's barely holding the phone on. The Magback is doing all the work. The MagSafe's just charging at that point. So I liked it. The only problem with Magback is I don't like their mounting solution. Their solution is to take these little metal bars and to stick them like above your radio and then just kind of stick your phone on the metal bar. Well, it's not adjustable. You can't angle the phone. You can't, and you're blocking your radio and all of that. So I didn't like any of that. So I was like, well, what if I take the RAM adapter and I cut it, and then I hot glue a Magsafe puck into the adapter, and I hot glue the mag bridge onto the Magsafe thing. Well, now I have a RAM compatible super Magsafe charger. And that's basically what I made and how I did it. It was pretty easy. I just took a Dremel. I tried to, stay as much away from the RAM ball as possible. Basically, if you just take the Magsafe puck with the bridge on it and you hold it up to there, you can kind of see where you got to cut. I just made 2 little marks and then cut the top part off. I put the whole thing in and then just filled it with hot glue and slapped it in there. It was actually really easy. It's not like a thing that you need to have a NASA certification on soldering to be able to do. So yeah, and ever since then, I've had no problems. The phone works amazing. I go like this, however I want. It immediately starts charging through the MagSafe. I got the wireless Apple CarPlay hooked up, so I don't have to worry about plugging in or out, which the wireless Apple CarPlay is a godsend. They sell these little things on Amazon. I'll link that below as well. And it's like $100, but it is worth it. You just get in your car, and it's not instantaneous, but what is, you know what I mean? And by the time you get your seatbelt on, you're down the road. It's hooked up. So it makes things a lot easier, and you can actually type in GPS directions while you're driving, because CarPlay, I don't know why it does it, but if you're wired in, it'll say you need to pull over before you type, but if you're wireless, you don't have to. I'm not 100% on that, but it's something that I just noticed the other day. But yeah, I appreciate any feedback anybody can leave me. I'd love to chat with you guys about your systems and kind of see what you guys have done. And if there's anything you think I can do to improve my system, please let me know. Anything you've seen out there. One of the things that I was going to do was I was going to take the Apple CarPlay wireless and I was going to put it inside of the dash, but I realized you can't because you have to unplug it every once in a while. But yeah, I won't keep this video much longer. I'm sure it's already up to like 15 minutes now. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to get back to you. And if you have any comments, leave them down below and be happy to chat with you. Thanks for checking it out. Talk to you later. Bye.